Hollywood, the Golden Age, a time when dreams shimmered beneath the California sun and the world looked west for magic. Red carpets unfurled, flashbulbs popped, and premieres became spectacles of glamour and ambition. Movie stars became more than icons. They were architects of empires, wielding power both on screen and behind the scenes. Their fortunes soared. Mansions, limousines, and city lights became the currency of their influence. But behind the dazzling lights, every deal, every contract, every risk taken rewrote the rules of fame and fortune. This is the story of Hollywood's richest legends, how ambition, vision, and daring transform stars into titans. The curtain rises on fortunes beyond imagination. Cary Grant, net worth over $150 million in today's dollars, debonair on screen, a financial mastermind off it. Born Archibald Leach in Bristol, he never forgot his humble roots, fueling his drive for both artistic and financial independence. Grant was among the first to break from restrictive studio contracts, choosing to freelance and negotiate film by film. He demanded upfront salaries and, more importantly, a share of gross profits, a revolutionary move that made him millions. For Father Goose, he took 75% of profits instead of a salary, a gamble that paid off handsomely. Grant invested heavily in real estate, snapping up properties in Beverly Hills and Palm Springs before they boomed. He served on corporate boards, notably Fabergé, not as a figurehead but as an active participant. Known for his frugality, Grant saw wealth as freedom, the power to choose his roles and walk away on his own terms. His estimated net worth at death, over $150 million in today's dollars. Grant's true genius was treating himself as a one-man corporation, maximizing every opportunity. He proved that in Hollywood, business acumen could be as valuable as star power. Cary Grant's fortune was no accident. It was a masterclass in self-made wealth. Before movie star was even a term, there was Mary Pickford, America's sweetheart, business visionary, and worth nearly $1 billion in today's dollars. There was Mary Pickford, America's sweetheart and a business visionary. She earned $10,000 a week by 1916 and ran her own production unit at Paramount, wielding creative control rare for her era. In 1919, frustrated by studio salary caps, Pickford co-founded United Artists with Chaplin, Griffith, and Fairbanks, revolutionizing Hollywood by letting stars control their films and profits. She was the driving force behind United Artists, overseeing every detail from scripts to global distribution. Pickford understood branding, carefully crafting her public image while making tough business decisions behind the scenes. Her fortune, nearly $1 billion in today's dollars, was built on more than salary. She invested in Beverly Hills real estate, including the legendary Pickfair estate. She saw assets, not just paychecks, as the key to lasting wealth. Pickford's legacy is not just cinematic. She was a founder, a mogul, and a pioneer for women in business. She proved that the sharpest mind in Hollywood could belong to its biggest star. Her empire was built deal by deal with vision and grit. Mary Pickford didn't just play a queen on screen. She built her own kingdom. Her story is a blueprint for creative and financial independence. She was Hollywood's original power player. Charlie Chaplin, the little tramp, a global icon and worth nearly $500 million in today's dollars, was a global icon and a financial powerhouse. Rising from London poverty, Chaplin demanded not just high salaries, but ownership of his films. As a United Artists co-founder, he produced, directed, and distributed his own work, retaining copyrights and reaping profits for decades. Every screening of The Gold Rush or City Lights sent money directly to Chaplin, making his art a lifelong annuity. He built his own studio, composed his own scores, and ensured his films' international appeal. Even after exile from the U.S., Chaplin's wealth grew through re-releases and royalties. His perfectionism extended to business. He controlled every aspect of his brand. At his death, his fortune neared $500 million in today's dollars. Chaplin's legacy, timeless art, and a financial empire built on ownership and vision. He proved that creative control was the ultimate path to enduring wealth. The little tramp may have been penniless, but Chaplin was a mogul in disguise. Fred Astaire, effortless on the dance floor, meticulous in business, and worth over $25 million in today's dollars, meticulous in business. He negotiated not just top salaries, but profit shares, knowing his talent was the main draw. Astaire demanded creative control, protecting his brand and maximizing his earnings. Beyond film, he founded Fred Astaire Dance Studios, turning his name into a nationwide franchise and a steady royalty stream. He diversified with real estate and horse racing, ensuring income beyond Hollywood. Astaire's perfectionism extended to every contract and investment. His wealth, over $25 million today, was built on foresight and discipline. He embraced television, earning new audiences and hefty paychecks. Astaire's legacy, a model of turning fleeting fame into lasting fortune. He danced into history and financial security one calculated step at a time. Astaire's story is proof that artistry and business can go hand in hand. Greta Garbo, the Swedish Sphinx, walked away from Hollywood at her peak, yet built a fortune exceeding $120 million in today's dollars. Walked away from Hollywood at her peak, yet built a fortune exceeding $120 million today. She was one of MGM's highest-paid stars, unafraid to strike for better contracts and creative control. Garbo made fewer films, enhancing her mystique and per-picture value. She lived simply, saving diligently and investing wisely. After retiring, Garbo quietly amassed a world-class art collection and invested in stocks, bonds, and Beverly Hills real estate. Her art alone sold for millions after her death. Garbo's brand was built on scarcity, and her wealth on patience and discipline. She proved that you could be both reclusive and remarkably successful. Garbo's fortune was the result of careful choices, not Hollywood excess. She remains a legend of both mystery and financial mastery. Clark Gable, the king of Hollywood, turned star power into a king's ransom with a net worth of around $100 million in today's dollars. Turned star power into a king's ransom. As MGM's top draw, he commanded huge salaries and favorable contracts, especially after Gone with the Wind. Gable thrived within the studio system, leveraging his indispensability for financial gain. He was among the first to land lucrative endorsement deals, adding a steady secondary income. Gable invested conservatively in land and blue-chip stocks, living a life that mirrored his on-screen persona. His wealth was built on popularity, not complex deals. Gable's fortune was a direct result of being the man audiences paid to see. He proved that sometimes star power alone could build an empire. Gable's reign was rewarded with enduring wealth. He was Hollywood royalty, on-screen and in the bank. Joan Crawford, Hollywood's ultimate survivor, built a fortune of about $100 million in today's dollars. Hollywood's ultimate survivor turned reinvention into an art form. She built her fortune through acting, endorsements, and a bold leap into the corporate world. Crawford was an early adopter of celebrity endorsements, adding to her income with deals for Lux Soap and Royal Crown Cola. She invested in prime Los Angeles real estate, managing her money with discipline. Her most dramatic act, joining Pepsi's board after her husband's death, becoming a tireless global ambassador and executive. Crawford attended board meetings, shaped marketing, and secured her financial future with salary and stock options. She proved her business instincts matched her on-screen tenacity. Crawford's final role as a corporate powerhouse cemented her legacy. She showed that resilience and sharp instincts could outlast Hollywood trends. Joan Crawford was as formidable in the boardroom as she was on the silver screen. Elizabeth Taylor, last of the old Hollywood stars, turned fame into a billion-dollar empire. Last of the old Hollywood stars, turned fame into a billion-dollar empire. She shattered salary records with Cleopatra, then pioneered profit-sharing deals. Taylor's jewelry collection was both a symbol and a savvy investment, appreciating in value over decades. Her real business triumph. Launching White Diamonds, one of the best-selling celebrity fragrances ever. Taylor was hands-on, ensuring a share of profits that dwarfed her film earnings. Her brand became synonymous with luxury, glamour, and smart business. Later, she used her wealth and fame for AIDS activism, founding major charities. Taylor's fortune was built on negotiation, branding, and innovation. She proved a star could become a mogul, and a force for good. Elizabeth Taylor's legacy sparkles as brightly as her diamonds. James Stewart, Hollywood's everyman, was quietly one of its shrewdest businessmen, with a net worth of about $100 million in today's dollars. Was quietly one of its shrewdest businessmen. After Wedwee II, he pioneered profit participation deals, earning far more than traditional salaries. Stewart's gamble on Winchester 73 inches paid off, changing Hollywood contracts forever. He invested early in Beverly Hills and Brentwood real estate, watching values soar. Stewart also held stakes in a charter airline and major corporations. He lived modestly, managing his wealth with caution and intelligence. Stewart's financial success was as steady as his screen persona. He proved you didn't need flash to build an empire. Stewart's legacy, a quiet path to enduring riches. Sometimes the everyman wins big. Marlene Dietrich, icon of glamour and reinvention, built a fortune of over $30 million in today's dollars. Built her fortune on stage and in the market. She negotiated top Hollywood salaries, then reinvented herself as a global cabaret star, commanding huge fees for decades. Dietrich oversaw every detail of her shows, turning performance into a lucrative business. She invested wisely in stocks and real estate, including a Paris apartment and a profitable California farm. Dietrich's frugality and business sense sustained her long after Hollywood. Her wealth reflected her international reach and self-reliance. She was a brand unto herself, controlling her image and her fortune. Dietrich proved that reinvention and discipline could create lasting wealth. She was a star who owned her own light. As the credits roll, it's clear these stars were more than icons. They were innovators and moguls. From Grant's freelance deals to Pickford's studio, Taylor's perfume empire to Stewart's real estate, they shaped Hollywood's business landscape. Their true power came from ownership, diversification, and building brands that endured. These pioneers transformed themselves from employees to moguls, leaving legacies that outlasted their fame. Their stories remind us, behind the magic were brilliant minds shaping an industry. Which star's financial story surprised you most? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more classic Hollywood stories.